11 things you're doing that are wasting your workout. If in 2025 you still believe that spending a few hours daily at the gym is enough to achieve a muscular and defined body, it's time to rethink that idea. Training is indeed essential, but the truth is, there are some common habits many of us unknowingly practice in our busy daily lives that might be sabotaging our results, even if you've been hitting the gym for years. That's why today, we'll show you 11 of these habits that are literally making your workouts useless and wasting your money. Stay tuned until the end because we're not going to talk about the same old habits everyone mentions like poor sleep or excessive alcohol consumption. Number 8 is the most common and the worst of them all. Number 1, skipping the warm-up. You might think a warm-up is optional, something you can skip when you're in a rush, but it's actually one of the most important parts of your workout. It's the bridge between rest and performance, the step that tells your muscles, joints, and nervous system, get ready, we're about to move. When you skip it, your body stays in rest mode. Your muscles are cold, your heart rate is low, and your joints are stiff, the perfect recipe for injury. Imagine trying to sprint with tight hamstrings or bench press with cold shoulders. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Warming up increases your core temperature, boosts blood flow, and activates the nervous system, which improves coordination and power output. Without that, your first few sets feel sluggish, your movements are less efficient, and you're simply not performing at your full potential. Even 5 minutes of dynamic stretches, light cardio, or activation drills can completely change the quality of your workout. Skipping the warm-up might save you 10 minutes now, but it could cost you weeks of recovery later. And if you think that's bad, wait until you see what happens when you start your workout with an empty tank. Number 2, working out on an empty stomach. You've probably heard someone say, "I train fasted, it burns more fat." It sounds logical, but here's the truth. When you train without fuel, your body isn't burning fat, it's breaking down muscle. Without carbs or nutrients in your system, your energy levels plummet. You start your workout tired, your endurance drops fast, and you can't push as hard as you normally would. Every rep feels heavier, every set feels longer, and by the halfway point, you're just trying to survive instead of perform. Your muscles need glycogen, that's stored energy, to lift, push, and recover. When it's not available, your body goes into protection mode. Instead of using fat, it taps into muscle tissue for energy. That means you could literally be undoing your progress with every fasted session. Beyond that, working out hungry affects your focus. Low blood sugar makes it hard to concentrate, leaving you distracted, unmotivated, and more likely to quit early. The fix is simple. Have a small pre-workout meal, something light like a banana, oatmeal, or protein shake. That little bit of energy can make the difference between a weak session and a great one. But even if you fuel up properly, one modern habit outside the gym can silently kill your progress. Number 3, sitting too long. You work out for an hour, great. But what about the other 23 hours of your day? Most people spend the majority of their time sitting, at a desk, in the car, or scrolling on the couch. It seems harmless, but prolonged sitting has a massive negative effect on your muscles and circulation. When you sit for long stretches, blood flow slows down, especially to your legs and lower back. Your glutes shut off, your hip flexors tighten, and your posture collapses. Over time, this leads to stiffness, lower back pain, and even reduced strength during workouts. A study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that people who sat for more than 8 hours a day experienced significantly less muscle growth. Even when they exercised regularly, their overall muscle mass declined faster and strength gains were noticeably smaller. It's not just about burning calories. It's about keeping your body awake throughout the day. Try standing every hour, walking during calls, or doing a few stretches every couple of hours. These small movements add up. Your body was made to move, and no workout can outtrain 10 hours of sitting. But if your solution is to pile on extra cardio, you might be making things worse. Number 4, overdoing cardio. Cardio is great until it's not. When done in moderation, it improves your heart health, burns fat, and boosts endurance. But when you overdo it, it starts to eat away at your muscle tissue instead of preserving it. Your body has limited recovery resources. When you spend too much of that energy running, biking, or doing endless HIIT sessions, you leave nothing for strength training. Over time, you'll notice that your lifts feel weaker, your muscles look flatter, and your progress slows down even though you're working harder. There's a reason professional bodybuilders treat cardio like a supplement, not the main course. Too much of it raises cortisol, the stress hormone, which breaks down muscle and blocks recovery. The key is balance. Mix strength and cardio, but let weight training take priority if your goal is to build muscle. Remember, You're not trying to become a marathon runner. You're trying to sculpt a strong, defined body. But some people sabotage their growth in an even simpler way, by skipping the workouts they dislike most. Number 5, skipping workouts you don't like. Let's be real, no one loves every workout. Leg day, brutal, core training, boring. But avoiding the hard sessions creates massive imbalances in your body. Your legs are your foundation. They carry your weight, power your movements, and even affect your upper body strength. Ignoring them is like building a skyscraper with a weak base. It might look fine for now, but it won't last. Beyond aesthetics, skipping compound workouts like squats and deadlifts means missing out on one of the biggest testosterone and growth hormone boosts your body can produce naturally. That hormonal surge doesn't just build your legs, it helps grow your entire body. So yes, leg day might leave you gasping for air and questioning your life choices, but it's one of the most rewarding parts of your training. The workouts you dread are usually the ones your body needs most. But even if you're consistent, how you rest between sets could be quietly holding you back. Number 6, not resting enough between sets. In the gym, rest is often misunderstood. Many people believe that shorter rests mean more intensity, but that's not how muscle growth works. When you rush your sets, your muscles don't get enough time to recover their energy stores, specifically ATP, the fuel your body uses for power. The result? You lift less weight in your next set, your form breaks down, and your overall performance drops. That burn you feel when you skip rest isn't necessarily progress, it's fatigue. Studies show that taking 3 to 4 minutes between heavy sets allows muscles to recover fully, resulting in stronger, more effective reps. If you train naturally without performance enhancers, proper rest is even more critical. Your recovery depends entirely on time and nutrition. So next time, don't let ego rush you. Rest smart, because while some people rest too little, others make the opposite mistake, going way too heavy, way too soon. Number 7, lifting more weight than you can handle. We've all seen it, someone loading plates just to impress others. But lifting more than you can control is one of the fastest ways to stall your progress or get injured. When you lift too heavy, your form collapses. You start using momentum, jerking the weight, and putting stress on joints instead of muscles. Not only does this kill muscle activation, but it dramatically increases your injury risk. A strained shoulder or torn lower back can set you back months. Your central nervous system also takes a hit. Overloading it with weights beyond your capacity leads to burnout, fatigue, and loss of motivation. Remember, training isn't about showing off. It's about building consistency. Strength comes from progressive overload, not reckless lifting. If you can't control the weight on the way down, it's too heavy, period. And even if your form is perfect, what you eat or don't eat can still be your biggest downfall. Number 8, not tracking your macronutrients. This one separates average gym goers from serious lifters. Your results aren't just built in the gym, they're built in the kitchen. Every gram of protein, carb, and fat matters more than most people realize. Protein rebuilds muscle fibers. Carbs fuel your workouts. Fats keep your hormones balanced. If you don't track what you eat, you're basically guessing. You might be under-eating protein or overloading carbs without even knowing it. For muscle growth, aim for about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. If you weigh 150 pounds, that's around 120 to 150 grams of protein daily, the equivalent of about 5 chicken breasts or 18 eggs. Tracking doesn't mean obsession, it means awareness. You can use apps or even AI tools to estimate your intake. Once you do, you'll realize how much more progress you make when your training and nutrition finally work together. But even with perfect nutrition, there's something else that quietly affects your results: your environment. Number 9, poor training environment. Your surroundings matter more than you think. A crowded gym, broken equipment, or a negative atmosphere can completely kill your focus and motivation. When your mind isn't fully engaged, your performance suffers. No matter how well you eat or train, your workout should feel like your time, your space to focus, breathe, and improve. If your gym is filled with distractions, it's okay to find another or train at a quieter time. The more focused your environment, the more intentional every rep becomes. Remember, your mindset builds your body just as much as your muscles do. But for some, the problem isn't distraction, it's doing too much for too long. Number 10, excessive training volume. It's easy to think more training equals more gains, but that's not true, at least not forever. Your muscles grow when you rest, not when you train. If you keep increasing volume, more sets, more reps, more exercises, without giving your body recovery time, you're just breaking yourself down. Overtraining leads to fatigue, poor sleep, constant soreness, and eventually plateauing. You'll start noticing your lifts get weaker, your energy drops, and your motivation fades. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that participants who reduced their training volume by 30% but kept intensity high gained more strength and muscle than those who trained longer. The lesson? It's not about doing more, it's about doing better. Your body doesn't grow from punishment. It grows from smart, consistent effort paired with proper recovery. And finally, one small mistake that ruins everything, one most people overlook completely. Number 11, not drinking enough water. Hydration might seem minor, but it can make or break your workout. When you exercise, you lose water through sweat. Even a small amount of dehydration, as little as 2% of your body weight, can cause up to a 19% drop in strength. Water regulates your temperature, lubricates joints, and delivers nutrients to your muscles. Without it, your blood thickens, circulation slows, and fatigue hits faster. You'll feel weaker, your endurance tanks, and your recovery suffers. Always bring water to the gym and sip throughout your workout. It's one of the simplest and cheapest ways to boost your performance instantly. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people, because you're not just showing up at the gym, you're showing up for yourself. Every small change you make today brings you one step closer to the body and confidence you've been working for. So take this as your reminder. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Keep learning, keep growing, and don't forget to take care of the body that carries you through it all. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button.